Wow, this is kind of scary. Anyways, in this video, I'm taking this kind of like toothbrush looking thing and I'm going to start scrubbing all the paint off of these handles because I'm working on a dresser that had already previously been painted and I need to fix that. I need to update it a little bit. I just got done working out, so I'm kind of sweaty and gross, so sorry about that. But what I did is I took these handles and I put citrus strip on them. I've already put one layer on and like tried wiping it off and it got some of it. Still needs a good amount off. What I'm gonna do is get these wet with this water so it activates the stripper again. And then I will start scrubbing. And I pretty much use citrus strip for like everything. I've tried other strippers and some of them are really toxic and smell really bad, but citrus strip obviously kind of smells citrusy. And it doesn't seem as toxic. So I'm just quickly getting these wet. Oh, my nose is running because I just got done running. Okay, now I'll fix the camera down so that you can see what I'm working on. And I'm just gonna take this and start scrubbing away. Hopefully this gets most of it. Oh yeah, this is gonna come off super easy. I'm gonna get this wet too. It's kind of nasty work, but worth it in the end. Hey, I'm so new to this doing live things. Dude. No, I don't just drop these in a bucket, or I just use this kind of like foam brush and wipe it over it. And I usually only let it sit for like half an hour to an hour, but these did sit overnight because I just didn't have the time. And so that's why I got them wet again. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna have to wash them all off in the water bucket. But it's coming off pretty easily.
Playing some?
Yeah, I'm live, Dad, just so you know.
What?
I'm live on YouTube. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Ew, this is so gross. Okay, let me show you after I dip these in the water. Let me use this towel. I always find it so much fun to strip paint off of furniture or hardware because you never really know what you're getting yourself into. Sometimes you find some surprises underneath. Like right now, I don't know if this was because of the stripper. I doubt the stripper would do this. But it like looks marbled. I don't know if that's just how it's painted or what's really going on there, but interesting. I guess I never really like learn anything until I try it, and if it fails, I usually show you guys if it fails, but I'm kind of one of those people that has to try it even if someone tells me not to do it, just, you know, to make life more interesting. And I found that citrus strip works really well on metal as well. Like this one still has a ton of paint on it, but it's, oh my gosh, it's coming off super easily. On to the next. Rinse this brush off. Another stripper that I use that's actually super like non-toxic and a little safer to use, especially if you're going to do it indoors, is called Smart Strip. I don't think I've ever found it in the store. I've always ordered it off of Amazon, but it totally could be in stores. I just haven't seen it. I really like the gold of these hardware pieces. I'm sure it's odd to see some of my work in like real time, because in my videos I always speed everything up or jump to the next step and don't film the entire thing. But furniture flipping takes a lot of time, especially the sanding. If anyone else on here has flipped furniture, I know that you'll understand how long the sanding takes. And if you know how to do it properly, it's even longer than what some people think, because you have to start probably with a little bit of a rougher grit and then slowly work your way up. But that I learned the hard way for sure. So I'm gonna the water is disgusting, but rinse these off. Ew. I know that some people, when they have hardware to get paint off, they'll boil it in vinegar. That just sounds like you're making toxic fumes, but you have to be really careful if how old the hardware is and if it has lead paint on it, because obviously that's not healthy to breathe in. This wasn't lead paint, but I also just prefer to not boil things in the kitchen that possibly could be chemical. I'm still gonna have to wipe these off really well. can kind of get the gist of what they're gonna look like though. And the brush that I was using, this one looks disgusting right now, but it's just plastic teeth on it. So it shouldn't have scratched or anything like that. Definitely would not recommend using any kind of metal or steel wool on hardware if you don't want it to be scratched. You're talking to a person who has learned from experience, so I know that hardware is easily scratched. Okay. Now I'm gonna move these aside and start wiping these down to move you guys a little bit. I'm definitely going to keep them metal. I want to keep them shiny and looking like this. The gold kind of has more of that vintage vibe to it. I do not want to paint them again. I might have to go clean that brush really well and go over this again, because on the edges you can still see some of the paint really sticking. Oh, almost dropped it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to redo those a little bit. Yeah, it seems to all be coming off pretty well besides in the little edges and around the outside of it. I mean, I can probably get it off with my nail, but I'll use the brush after I clean it. Some of these look a little beat up. Maybe that's why the previous owner painted them. Maybe. But also, I like vintage things, and having a little roughness adds character. Shows that it has had a previous life. I'm not a huge fan of brand new things. Unless it's tools. I guess I like brand new tools. A little more dependable. I feel like I'm trying to work really fast just so you guys don't get bored, but a lot of my projects take a long time. Putting them down to a 10-minute video is kind of hilarious because some of them take days and days to complete. You guys get to see it all in 10 minutes. 2 left. Ew, look how dirty this towel's getting. I don't know why. I've been doing furniture and projects for a long time, but I'm always shocked about how dirty things get. It's not a pretty job, that's for sure. Last one. It's actually super hot today. I never even checked what the temperature was today, but I was sweating all day because of course I wore black pants on the day that it was like, felt like 80 degrees out. And I don't have any shorts. Like I literally don't have any because they're in Portugal. But I think we are done. Well, kind of. Alright, so I still need to do some detailed work and clean them, like the edges off a little bit better. But I first need to go deep clean this brush and then do the edges. But I won't make you guys like sit here and wait for that. So, thank you guys for joining my live. I appreciate all the comments and the people watching. I will see you guys. I don't know when I'll do my next live, but I'm sure I'll have some more videos that come out soon. All right, thanks guys.